Hi, welcome back guys. This is your friend, the What If Guy, back with another fanfiction. This is the first part of What If Issei's lover's life was taken by Trihexa. Now before starting, please give this video a like and subscribe to the channel if you want more videos like this. Now let's get into the fanfic. Hello, my name is Issei. My last name doesn't matter anymore. It's been less than a year since I became a devil, but the whole world is empty. It's been 6 months. Trihexa returned to this world as Rizvan was successful at breaking its seal. Trihexa killed everyone who wasn't a dragon. Volley was slaughtered after trying to fight that monster. I miss him, as he was my rival but was also like my best friend. It was like Natsu and Gray's relationship from Fairly Flail, an anime that still hasn't been finished because, well, everyone is dead. So what have I been doing the last 6 months since I had everything taken away from me? I have been looking into how to go back in time. I spent the first month in hell trying to find the spell in the Grigori and in the main family libraries. I looked in all of the major libraries as I was desperate at the time, as my lovers got killed and my best friends died in front of my eyes. After I realized that this was my chance to do something right, I went searching in heaven too. That was what I was doing for the half of the second month. As I was at the end, Ddraig finally woke up and I had told him what had happened. For the second half, I spent time in the sacred gear room that God created. There we found our answer. God had created a spell that would allow one to return back in time with his current body, meaning I would return with me and Ddraig together with our memories, since Ddraig and me were connected. But in order to use such a spell, I would need to get stronger. While I was in Hades and came to the river Styx, I spent the last 3 months and crafted a total of 18 rings. Each ring had its own color stone-like gem. Of them had a different name on it. Once I was finished, I headed back up to heaven to go back in time. That leads me to now. I am in God's office where he left the spell portal to go back in time. The only question is when. Back to when I was a kid so I could get even stronger, or during the fight against Riser and win that match, or go to when Diodor kidnapped Asia, or I could go back to the night I made love with Rias. Remembering all of these memories made me remember why God made such a spell. It was to save others. After all of this time, I knew one moment which I wanted to fix more than ever. Though a spell lost ages, I said as I activated the portal after getting into my Dragon God, Heavenly Dragon form mode. I had a mission to do, and that is to save lives, and I will get everyone through it this time. I will win this time, I said as I go through the portal. In what was the past, which is now the present. I won't let you get away, you bitch, I said at the fleeing Rainier. This is for Asia. I punched Rainier in the face, sending her through the window. That felt good, I said, stumbling down as Kiba caught me. Look at you handling that on your own, Kiba was saying as I fainted. A light surrounded my body. As I woke up, personality-wise, I transformed my body to body from the future. I guess I brought my body back too. I am also wearing some of my rings. I saw Kiba right next to me. I then hugged him. Man, was I glad to see him again, although I do miss the she version. Kiba, is this really you? I whisper into his ear. Kiba was surprised by this. After all, my body did grow a lot in comparison to what it was at this time, and not to mention I ask him if it is really him because it has been a while since I saw Kiba as a guy. Yes, Issei, it is me. Why do you ask? Kiba asked in confusion. I then hug him tightly, knowing that I saw him get killed. Nothing, Kiba, it's just good to see you again, I said, speaking of the future. I mean, it has been 6 months since I saw them all get killed. I pulled myself together to reenact what needed to be done. What took you so long? I asked Kiba, repeating the words from my past. Riaz's orders, sorry, Kiba said as Riaz came out of the shadows. What, seriously? I once again said my past, knowing that this isn't the time to change the past. Seriously, Riaz said. I believe in you. Once my business was finished, I went to the basement and found Kaneko and Kiba in Free for All with some fallen angel followers. I don't know if we wouldn't have gotten out without you, Kiba said as Kaneko opened the giant doors of the church. Did someone order this? Kaneko says while carrying Rainier. You must be Rainier, lovely entrance, Riaz says before declaring her status as the next head. Gremory, you have got to be kidding me, Rainier says with fright. It's wonderful to meet you, what a shame we don't have time to chat. But sadly it's time for you to join your friends, Riaz says with a ball of destruction in her hands, throwing it slowly at Rainier. Luckily I move faster than it. I deflected to the wall while knocking out Rainier. Issei, why did you do that? Riaz says to me with anger evident in her voice. She was the one who killed you in Asia. Why did you save her? I plan on making her bend to my domination, I say as I pull out the boosted gear. I am the Red Dragon of Domination and the wielder of Ddraig. I will make her submit to me if I have to. As I say that, I begin to release some of my aura that I gained in my training. I have seen that she is being used by someone. I also believe she will be useful in a little fight with a certain fire user, I say, seeing Riz's confused face as she wonders how I knew of Riser. She realizes that I am right, that having a fallen under their custody would help her out. Make sure to let your brother and Grafia about your new prisoner. Can you go revive Asia and return these to her, I say as I hand the Twilight healing rings to Riaz as I set up Rainier's body back to the chairs in the church. Riaz performs the ceremony in Asia and I have the same conversation as we did in the past. I then take Rainier to a nearby hotel after calling my parents, telling them I was staying at a friend's house. Ugh, what happened to me? Rainier said, looking around the room, meeting my eyes filled with glee as I was happy she was alive. Why did you save me after I tried to kill you and then kill Asia? She asked me as if she regained her sanity. I saved you for a few reasons. One is that I need you and I know that you were under Cockabille's mind control. 2 are that I love you. And 3, I believe that you are the key to helping me save the future. And 4, it will help you if you live, I said as I lied down beside her on the bed. She turns to me. What do you mean I was under mind control and what do you mean about the future? Raynor asked curiously. Cockabille is prepping up to start a war. Do you really think Azazel would be happy if you killed one of the users of the Red Dragon Emperor after searching for it for so long? I say to her knowing Azazel wouldn't mind if I spoke about him. No, I guess you are right. That makes sense, but what about my other question? Raynor asked me. Take this easy and try to not act surprised when I say this. I stop to see her nod her head. I come from a terrible future which Trihexa has killed all but dragons. I had to see my friends and lovers get killed right in front of me. I say, crying a little, remembering the horror of that day. My whole body shivers as I remember that day. Raynor gently hugs me and puts her head on my chest as if to assure me that things will be all right. I spent 2 months looking for the spell to go back. I looked all over hell, then went to heaven when I found my answer in God's chamber. But I needed to be stronger to use it. So I spent a month just on training. Back then I didn't have anything else to do, so I trained my body for 12 hours a day while the other 12 were devoted to going to training with Ddraig as we fought in the boosted gear. I came back to this time to save you because you were killed in my original timeline. It looks like I used God's device to save a life already, I said with a smile on my face. Rest now, Issei. You have school in the morning, Raynor says to me in a comforting way as I was drifting to sleep. I love you, Raynor, I say before falling asleep. I love you too, my savior, I hear as I head off to my dream state to go speak with Ddraig. Ddraig, do you remember the future? I asked the big red dragon that is with me in the white room. Yes, I do, Issei. Luckily our plan worked. Your body transformed to what we did during that month of training and you have those rings, Ddraig said back to me. I am still amazed that it worked. We saved Raynor and conquered her heart, I tell Ddraig happily. Yes, but now you have to deal with Akino and her hatred for the fallen, Ddraig said. Oh shit, I didn't think of that. I will take care of her and Riser because he should be here tomorrow. I remember his familiar outside of the occult research club room, so I will lure him there tomorrow and beat him in a fight. Now Issei, don't get too overconfident in your powers now, Ddraig said, smiling knowing I will win. But Ddraig, I am technically the son of Off-Eyes and Great Red. A simple phoenix is nothing to me, especially one who overuses his powers like how he does. Plus I am technically your younger brother since you also contributed to my new DNA. So once again, how can a mere bird triumph against me, the son of the 2 dragon gods and the brother of Ddraig? I say confidently knowing that I am stroking Ddraig's big ego. Also, with our new power, we won't have to be the Op-Eye dragon. We will be feared by our enemies as the greatest kiIIed that ever existed, I say, reminding him of our curse that has been broken by going back in time. Ddraig starts to tear up as he realized that those 2 words didn't cause him to have any problems anymore. Fine, Issei. I expect it would be easy for you to do, but do me a favor and make it go from a fight to a slaughter, Ddraig tells me as I smiled. I already had that in mind, I said. I must go, Ddraig. Contact me whenever you want. After all, we will be with each other longer than what I will be with the girls. I mean, you already have a year ahead of them. I wake up to a cute Raynor, whom I think I will call Ray from now on. I have to go back to the club room to piss off a phoenix and help Akino out. As I walked out of the room, I whispered into Ray's ear, I love you, my light Ray. Then I head off to the club room. As I get there, I approach how I did in the past, trying to keep as close to the timeline as possible. Yo, it's your favorite servant, I say as I see Rhea smiling while drinking her tea. Hi Issei, I am surprised you are here today, Rhea said. So why did you save that fallen? I could tell that look in your eye you had a different reason other than love. See that bird in the window? Let's piss it off and then I will tell you everything. I whisper into her ear while pointing to the bird. Okay fine, but I better enjoy this, she said, knowing it was Riser's familiar and the power she felt off Issei was stronger. I then pull her in for a hot makeout session. Boy, I haven't had one of these in months. All of a sudden Riser came out of a magic circle nearby, pissed off. Who dares take what is Riser's? He says, still talking in the third person. I say to him, I do. I have rightfully claimed what was mine already, as seen by my dragon mark on her neck, I say as I try to fool him with some of Natsu's mating rituals from Fairly Flare, hoping to fool Riser. She isn't someone to tool to fool around with, but I will do you a favor. We wager on a fight, me versus you. Winner gets Rias, I say out loud. Don't worry Rias, this is all a part of what I have to tell you. I tell Rias over telepathy. Fine, just be quick, and as payment for this, after you are done, give me another one of those hot kisses after. Rias said over telepathy. You know I will, I said as Grafia came in and teleported us to the arena that Surzech put me and Razor in my old time. Time to show off some of my true strength, I say, entering into scale mail immediately. Then entering into my Trinina, go Welsh Draconic Rook, I say as my armor changed for strength and protection. Luckily, I am still faster than him. I shall teach you not to mess with your betters. He screams at me while punching my armor. His hand broke upon punching my armor without me punching him. How is it that such a low devil could have such strength? He asked while nursing his hand. Simple. Once I learned that she had such filth as a fiancé, I knew that I needed to sacrifice something important to beat you. so I gave up my humanity. I said, mostly lying, but the truth was that in order to come back from Samuel's curse I got the body from Red and Issei so I could rejoin Rias, and I don't feel like explaining that right now. So technically it's the truth. You realize now there is no going back, right? Riser says, realizing he can't win. I will do anything to protect those I love and care about, and right now you are a threat to my Rias. So I shall end you now, I say after punching him in the chest as he faints. Ravel shows up and tries to stop me from hurting him further. I like her, after all she was in my harem and she was a great manager. Ravel, I don't want to hurt you. If you ever feel lonely you can come to me. I know you. I have a secret that will you to assure you that you were one of my lovers. As a kid you used to fear your flames, and that is why you are as his peerage, because you needed to get used to your flames. At first you had major seizures about it. Then it started coming easier for you. I tell her one of her stories of the past so I can get her on my side. How do you know this? She says, a bit scared. Because you, yourself told me. I say as I whisper into her ear. I am from the future and I have come to the past to fix the time stream so I don't have to see you or my other lovers die in front of me again. I say as I begin to cry as the images of their bodies comes back to me. I then feel her hug around me. She looked into my eyes as she sees what I remember. Okay, I believe you. When do you want me to join your side again? Ravel whispers into my ear. Rejoin me at the peace conference between the three factions. I will make sure that you will be safe then and there. I whisper back as I leave to rejoin Rias. So care to explain now? Rias says, probably ticked off that I was whispering into Ravel's ear. Okay, but you can't tell anyone. I say, getting a confirming nod from Rias. I am from a bad future where I saw you and my other lovers killed. Well, I saw everyone killed. I came back in time to save Rainer so that we can have a better chance at fighting it. I said, not giving her the complete story. I will help with your peerage as they were all my mates. So even Kiba was one of your mates. Rias said while giggling. He was when the gender change gun was invented by a friend of mine. I need you to just trust me, Rias. We will need to keep Ray a secret until a certain point in time in order to make a better future. Okay, I asked Rias. Her response was a tongue in my mouth confirming it was a yes. The door chooses then to open with Kiba, Kaneko, and Aquino on the other side. RR, is the president making moves on Issei just because of last night? Aquino asked. No, it was a simple thank you for helping me break my engagement with Riser. Rias said proudly that her pawn was able to beat him. I want to be your lover still, Issei, just try not to get too many girls, okay? Rias tells me over telepathy. It was you, Aquino, Kaneko, female Kiba, Rosswise, Offise, Asia, Zenobia, Ravel, Seraphol, Kuroka, and Tiamat. But then again I only come from a future where I was with you guys for 9 months. I tell her, trying to remember all of the names. I added Tiamat because I need to convince her to join me when we go to get familiars. Good grief, boy, you really get the ladies. I will accept it as long as you love me. Rias said. Of course I will. I proved that by beating up Riser up earlier than what was predicted. I tell Rias as I cut off the communication so we can join in Asia's welcome party. As we do so, I am reminded that I didn't get one, but then again I ended up with all of the love I need. I thought to myself with a smile on my face as I remember my old past. Kaneko looks at me and calls me a pervert like she used to. Well, with my recent change, I am only going to be a pervert in the bedroom. My little kitten, I said it in a whisper the last part into Kaneko's ear. As she heard me call her my little kitten, she blushed and also wide-eyed at me knowing what she was. We will talk after school. I said to her, I am going to go to class now. See you all later. I said as I leave out the door. It is after school. Today was a big fiasco because I told my 2 good friends that I am not going peeking anymore because I had a girlfriend who helped me straighten my life out and that she will be transferring in before the next term to be with me. Of course I was speaking of Ray, but they don't need to know that. But everyone freaked out that the perverted beast was no longer peeping. When they asked me what happened, I simply told them when you get to be perverted with the one you love, you tend to stop being perverted outside of the bedroom to save those moments for the one you love. And that the girls really freaked out that I said something deep and meaningful. I am meeting with Aquino first because of last night. I see her in the hall. Aquino, will you join me on the roof? I ask her, getting a nod from her. We climb up the stairs, and as we both sat on the picnic table, I start on the touchiest subject of all of the girls. Aquino, I know what you are and I know how it happened. I start off. How do you know what I have been through? Aquino says angrily, which is understandable from her view, while from mine I have known her for months. Keep this a secret. I am from the future and trust me, it is not pretty. I tell her. As for your past, you confided it to me because I was in still or up till I saw you get murdered. I started tearing up once again, visualizing Aquino's death. The blood, feathers, and the flesh all came to my mind. I didn't notice it, but she saw it too from looking into my eyes. I was only spared because of what I was, Aquino. So I came back to the past to make sure you don't die on me ever again. I don't know what I would do if I saw it again. I say as I weep into her shoulder. Here I was trying to comfort her, but now she is doing it for me instead. SHH, it's all right, Issei. I can tell by the way you spoke was the truth. Your eyes showed me that scene that you had. So, I'm going to put my trust and love into you. I heard what you said to Rias before, and after Riser came, I just was scared to come out to tell you. I am willing to share you as long as you give me some love. And as for that Fallen, it will take a while to get used to her. Aquino said to me. I break the hug to caress her cheek. Just take it one step at a time, love. Just accept what you are and we will take it step by step. I said, then kissed her and we enjoyed a makeout session as we explored each other's mouths. I do have something for you to make my story more believable, I said, pulling off one of my rings. It was a topaz stone with the name Shuri on it. Is this what I think this is? Aquino asked, holding the stone while tearing up. Yep, within that rock is the soul of your mom, Aquino. When I was coming back in time, I thought I would get this for you. There might be a chance to get her back to the world of the living. I tell her, Azazel might be willing to help us since he owes us in a way. Thank you, Issei, Aquino said, crying while looking at the ring and holding it close to her. I need to go speak to Kaneko now. She needs to know the truth about her sister. I said, I found Kaneko while walking to the candy shop. Kaneko, can you come with me to the park? I ask her simply. She nods in response. As we walk to the park, we walk in silence. We sat down underneath a tree. Kaneko, how much of your sister's previous master do you know about? I start up as kids around us are giggling and playing games. Some kids were playing tag while the others played with a frisbee. We sat there in quietness. Well, that is until a frisbee hits me in the face, catching me off guard. I don't know anything, Kaneko said sadly. Well, here is a shocker. He was using you and your sister as test subjects. The other devils wouldn't admit that he was testing on her and declared her as a stray devil. She killed him because you were reacting badly and your sister wouldn't have it. So she killed him. I wanted you to know the truth, that she didn't just go berserk, she did it out of her kindness for you. I say, glad I am avoiding telling her that I am from the future. There will come a day where someone will realize why she did that and take away her label as a stray devil. How do you know this, senpai? Kaneko asks me. I facepalm myself. I then tell her that I was from the future. I once again begun to cry again as I visualized Kaneko's body this time. She looked into my eyes and saw her own dead body. She, like the other two, accepts me and accepts the fact that I am a dragon and cannot be tamed by more than one person. Should I tell Asia next about being from the future? I ask Kaneko as she nods. It wouldn't be fair to Asia-senpai if you didn't tell her too. Then what the hell do I tell Kiba? I said with a hint of distress. Tell him that he transforms into a girl and that we have sex in the nurse's office. No thank you, that is one thing I don't want to tell him about. Kaneko giggled at my reaction. Tell him after you help him with his problem, Kaneko said, while probably thinking how seductive I must be if I can get a boy to change genders. But his problem won't happen for another month. I complained as she gave me one of those stares to your soul. Okay, then just wait. Unless you can't wait for him to be your lover again, Issei, Kaneko said with a teasing in her voice. Who knew that the perverted beast would bat for both teams? I am only a perverted beast in the bedroom. I thought I made that clear to everyone, I said while putting my face into my hands. I feel Kaneko cuddling to me with her cat ears out. She looked so cute that I feel asleep next to her. Once I woke up, I went to check on Ray. As I went up to see her, she seems to have not left the room. Hey, Ray, what's up? I ask her. Oh, Issei, it's you. I was wondering if I can move in with you. I can't stand it, Ray said. I will have to speak to Asia and Riaz about it. Both of them are moving into my house right now, so I will need to speak with them. You would have to share my bed with me, is that cool? Yeah, why wouldn't I? Ray said. I just hope I don't have to see your dead body too, I whispered in her ear as I hold her in my arms. I will see about you being transferred into the school. But when Cockabeel shows up, I want you to hide here in this hotel. Okay, I will bring you your homework every day, and keep the Cockabeel coming to yourself. She nods. I then kiss her as I leave to go home to where Riaz and Asia were. As I expected, that you two moved in. Asia, I need to speak to you for a second, I say aloud. Sure, Issei, let's head to your room, Asia said with a smile on her face. We walk up my stairs as I about to tell the last girl for now. I still have to tell Kiba and Gasper, who I will try to see tomorrow over the internet. I don't want to imagine the Kiba conversation. As we walked into my room, Asia sat down at the desk as I sat on the bed. Asia, I saved Rainier for a reason. Once again I was starting on a bad note, but it seems like she doesn't care. She will be living here so I can keep her in line. Issei, I am happy for what she did. Otherwise I couldn't be with you for the rest of my life, Asia said, causing me to tear up about the future. Asia, that might not be too long away, I tell her, hinting at the future. What do you mean, Issei? Asia asked me. Asia, after I punched Rainier, I came back from the future, I said, starting to really hate this talk, repeating similar lines and having bad memories come back. I should ask Ddraig if he can seal that away. The future was terrible. I saw all of my lovers slaughtered in front of my eyes. You were one of them. I came back to the past to save us all. The first step was to save her. She will cause a big difference in our life, I said, remembering Asia's cold dead body. I start crying. I am scared. I guess seeing the dead bodies of your lovers will do that to you. Asia, I will protect you all this time, I say as I hug her tightly. It's okay, Issei. I noticed you said lovers. I want you to know that I am fine with that. As long as I get some love, I will be fine, Asia said with a smile on her face. Thanks, Asia. I gotta talk to my parents quickly. While I am doing that, can you ask Riaz if she can talk Sona about getting Ray transferred as a new student? I ask Asia. Yes, I will, Issei, Asia answered as she left for Riaz's room. I leave my room to go to the living room where my parents are. Mom, Dad, I was wondering if my girlfriend could move in with me in my room. I asked them. Their faces turned to pure shock to happiness. I have always wanted a grandchild. I almost given hope on him finding a girl. My dad said. I take that as a yes, I say, turning to see them shake their heads. I decided that this is the time to get some help. Mom, Dad, I come from the future. I have seen all of my lovers being killed in front of me and now I am traumatized. During that massacre you two were also killed. I am not a human, I am a dragon. I wanted you to know in case I die that you can be proud of me even if I die mysteriously. What happened next felt like a moment from a picture book. My parents hugged me. They haven't hugged me in years. And those 6 months of panic made time go slower mentally. Issei, we are sorry we made you feel so guilty. We realized that we never got the chance to say how proud we are of you to take the abuse you do. My mom said as my dad followed up. We really shouldn't have treated you as an outcast with your ways. Maybe if we did, maybe you might be different. We used to think that your only accomplishment you might get was having a child. But now we see that you have exceeded those goals, and it's not every day someone gets to be told that their son is a dragon. No matter what, Issei, we love you no matter what happens. I break down even worse. Thanks, Mom and Dad. Now Issei, head up to your room, you need your sleep, my mom said. Thanks, Mom, I said as I went upstairs to ask Riaz what Sona's answer was. I see Riaz in front of my door. Hey Issei, good news, Rainier can start the day after tomorrow. And Oni-sama wishes us well. Grafia told him about the fight you and Riser had. He will meet with you next month when he can get the time off, Riaz said with a smile on her face. Can I sleep with you for tonight? I know Ray will be sleeping in your bed with you tomorrow, so I wanted to try it with my future husband. Riaz asks with a blush. Sure, but let's get through this year before we go husband and wife. Okay, I say as I lie down on my back so Riaz could use me as her body pillow like she always did. We just laid there as we fell asleep. Good old memories. Issei is in the realm of familiars. Issei is currently on what most consider their death march. Issei has went to the gruesome caves to seek assistance from Tiamat about the fight against Trihexa. Issei walked through the jungle and find myself at a cave with head torches at the entrance. Hello, I need to speak to Tiamat, one of the 5 dragon kings. I come with news. Issei scream into the cave below. I am the current Red Dragon Emperor and I seek your assistance. Issei met with a feminine dragon face. This dragon had pink, purple scales that made her look appealing to Issei dragon-wise. You have one weird scent on you and I want to know what it is. Tiamat complained. Can you take on your human form? I have something to discuss. Issei tell her. She transforms into a woman with an hourglass figure with a very big butt. Wow, you really are gorgeous, Issei exclaimed. Okay, so spill what is with you and your aura. Tiamat said, blushing at Issei's compliment. I am reborn from the skin of Great Red and Off-Eyes. I also gain the true dragon powers of Ddraig, one of the heavenly dragons. Issei told her, not realizing the idea of Great Red and Off-Eyes working together is an impossibility in this timeline. You are a real funny kid. Those two never got along. Why you think that I am just going to believe you? Tiamat sneered at Issei. Simple, Trihexa. Issei told Tiamat, making her shiver at the sound of the name. Trihexa will break free. I came from the future where I didn't spend enough time with my dream and infinite powers, so I couldn't beat him, and I know that was why I was reborn from those Off-Eyes and Great Red. So why are you here, hatchling? Tiamat asked. Simple. I am a devil and I need a partner to be my familiar to help me out with training. Would you be willing to help me out? Issei asked her, already thinking of her answer. Silence comes into the room as she considers Issei's offer. Sure, I guess training the next Red Dragon Emperor would have its merits to it, and I need to work out. Issei, I can already tell from your aura that it is a combination of the 2 big dragons. You have a combination of dark red aura and bright white aura from the 2 dragons. Your first lesson is how to contain your aura so your enemies don't know how strong you are. So how long do we have left? Trihexa said. Less than 9 months left, I am afraid. We may be able to stop it from being released in the first place, but we have to wait a month till we can start my plan. Does that sound good to you? In return, I will give you access to my farm of dragon apples, something I learned from Tianan in my future how to cultivate. You have already convinced me, young hatchling, Tiamat says with a smile. Issei then faints and falls into her arm. He likely fainted from the travel here. It takes a lot out of someone to get here from the gate. I'll let him sleep inside my bedroom. After all, he is my partner, or should I say mate. Tiamat thought with a devilish smile came to her face. Later that day. Where am I? Issei asked, waking up in an unfamiliar room. You are in my room, mate, said Tiamat as she came into Issei's view. What do you mean by mate? Issei asked, thinking that this was moving faster than he predicted. Well, we are partners from here on out, so I figured that was what you meant. After all, I could use a mate. As I am approaching that age, I could use a strong mate too. I sort of expected it, just not so quickly, Issei said, wiping some sweat off his forehead. But geez, that escalated quickly. But just so you know, you are going to have to wait till I give Riaz my first time again. Fine, I can wait a while. Let us seal up our contract then, Tiamat said, kissing Issei on his lips, making the contract complete. Well, that was unexpected. I thought there was a paper and pen version, Issei asked. Well, when you are strong like me, this is used to make a commitment with us. Since our partnership is finalized, from now on call me Tia, said Tiamat. Alright then, it is nice to meet you, Tia, Issei said, making her blush. Now if you don't mind, I have to return to school. My body becoming muscular compared to my past self scared some of the humans at my school. Luckily, I came up with a training regimen that was impossible. I mean 1,000 push-ups, sit-ups and pull-ups. Getting this strong of a body in just a weekend goes to show how gullible humans can be, Issei said, laughing as he remembered how his classmates reacted when they saw his future body, one that he would have gotten in another 15 months. Just as Issei snapped back into reality, the door was knocked on. "Come in," Riaz said. "Thank you for seeing us today. I am Zenobia," the girl with the blur hair said. "And I am Irina," the chestnut said. "These are two of the girls Issei mentioned. I better keep an eye on them," Riaz thought. "It amuses me that the members of the church wish to speak to a devil. So why? Here is the thing. There are 6 of the 7 pieces of Excalibur. 3 are motionless in the church while 3 were stolen fallen angels," Irina explained. Issei smiled at this. "This time I will mock that crow before I can destroy him," Issei thought. "I will tell Azazel to let me have the fun. These are the ones we have. I have Excalibur Destruction and Irina has Mimic." Zenobia followed up. "So what would you like for us to do today?" Riaz asked. "Leave us alone. Our request." "No. Our order is to not to have any devils intrude in the battle between us and the fallen angels for the Excaliburs. In other words, we came here to tell you not to interfere with this incident." Riaz's eyes changed after hearing the way Zenobia talked. Such manner of speech. Is it restraint? Are you thinking that we might collaborate with those fallen angels? Perhaps that we might team up with them to do something with Excalibur? Riaz said with a cool tone. "The headquarters think that it might not be impossible," Zenobia said. There were chills within Riaz's eyes. She was quite pissed. An enemy comes all the way to her territory, then tells her not to be involved and not to butt in. Also they said whatever they wanted to by saying that they would not forgive us if we formed an alliance with the fallen angels, which forgets includes Rainier. Riaz's pride as a high-class devil wouldn't allow her to keep quiet about it. The higher-ups don't trust devils and fallen angels. We were ordered as if the holy swords are taken away from God's side, then the devils would also be happy, right? The fallen angels would also profit from it. For those reasons it won't be weird for them to form an alliance. That's why we are giving you a warning. If you form an alliance with the fallen angel Cockabeel, then we will eliminate you all. Even if you're the little sister of the Mau, by our boss. Zenobia said it casually without caring about Riaz's glare. If you know that I am the sister of a Mau, then it means that you have lots of connections with the higher-ups in the church. Then I will say it. We will not form an alliance with the fallen angels. Never. In the name of the Gremory House. I will not do something that would tarnish the name of our Mau, Riaz said firmly, absent-mindedly forgetting about Rainier, who she actually got along with very well. It had become a contentious situation for both sides. But Zenobia laughed. "Phew, hearing that is good enough. I had to warn you just in case that Cockabeel is hiding himself in this town along with the 3 Excaliburs. If something were to happen, I would be the one to be hated by the bunch in the church headquarters. Well, we won't ask for cooperation. If you were to form an alliance with God's side temporarily, then it would affect the balance of the 3 factions, especially if it's the little sister of a Mau." After hearing Zenobia, Riaz softened her expression and took a breath. "Where is the person the Orthodox Church dispatched?" Riaz asked. Zenobia answered Riaz's question. "They have that person put on hold for this case. They are planning to protect the last Excalibur if Irina and I fail. So it's just the 2 of you. You are going to retrieve the Excaliburs from the leader of the fallen angel with just the 2 of you. How reckless. Are you trying to die?" Riaz said it with an amazed voice. But Irina and Zenobia said it with straight eyes. "Yes. I have the same view as Irina, but if it's possible, I don't want to die." They said. "You came here to Japan prepared to die. The belief in your teaching is extreme like always," Riaz said. "Don't talk ill of our beliefs, Riaz Gremory." "Right, Zenobia," Irina said. "Right. Also the church decided that it would be better to eliminate all of the Excaliburs rather than letting them get used by the fallen angels. Our minimum objective is to get the Excaliburs away from the fallen angels. To accomplish that, it's okay for us to die. The only way to fight against the Excaliburs are Excaliburs," Zenobia said. "Is it possible with only the 2 of you?" Issei asked in the place of Riaz. "Well, we won't die in vain," Zenobia said fearlessly to Issei's question. "You seem confident. Do you have a secret weapon?" Riaz asked. "Maybe. I will leave it to your imagination," Zenobia said while Issei whispered Durandal. Zenobia was the only one that heard Issei and was shocked from hearing the right words. After that, the 2 of them just stared at each other and the conversation stopped. Irina and Zenobia looked at each other and stood up. "Then we will take our leave now. Let's go, Irina," Zenobia said, standing up from the couch. "So you won't drink your tea? I can prepare a snack for you," Riaz said. "I don't need it." Zenobia declined Riaz's offer with her hand. "I'm sorry. See you." Irina also apologized with her hand. They didn't try to accept Riaz's offer, and the 2 of them tried to leave. Then both of them looked in the same direction. "It was Asia. When I saw you in Hayao Issei's house, I thought that maybe it was you. Are you the witch Asia Argento? I never expected to meet you in a place like this," Zenobia said. Asia's body shook after she was called witch. That word is something painful to Asia. Irina seemed like she noticed as well and stared at Asia. Issei was starting to get mad. "Are you the rumored witch? The former holy maiden? You are said to have the power that can also heal devils and fallen angels, right? I heard that you were sent somewhere after getting exiled, but I never thought you became a devil," Zenobia said with a big question. Asia didn't know how to react to Irina and Zenobia. "It's okay. I won't tell the higher-ups what I saw here, so rest assured. People who were around the Holy Maiden Asia will also get shocked as well," Irina said. Asia made a perplexed expression at Irina's words. "But to become a devil, the one who was called a Holy Maiden, You fell to the lowest place you could. Do you still believe in our God? Zenobia said with venom in her voice. Zenobia, there's no way that she, who became a devil, still believes in God. Irina said it with an amazed face. No, I can smell the belief from her. It might be an abstract way of saying it, but I'm sensitive to these things. There are people who betray the teachings and still have guilt within them because they couldn't forget the teachings. I can feel something similar coming from her. Zenobia said it with sharp eyes, and Irina stared at Asia even more with interested eyes. Is that true? Asia, you still believe in God even if you have turned into a devil? Asia replied to that question with a sad expression. I just can't put it aside. I believed in it for my whole life. Hearing that, Zenobia took her sword out from the cloth and pointed it at Asia. Is that so? Then you should be cut down by us this instant. If it's now, I can cut you in the name of God. Even if you have sinned, our God will forgive you. Zenobia approached Asia. Issei stood in front of Asia to protect her. Don't touch her, Issei said, knowing that this was his chance. Zenobia backed off as far as she could. You have no right to try to judge her like that or to call her a witch, Issei said with his dragon aura slipping though. Believe me, that is nicest descriptions I have for her, Zenobia said. You will regret those words one day, Issei whispered to Zenobia so only she could hear not the threat but the sadness in those words instead. I don't want to hear it. You were the ones that forced her into that life, and just because of one mistake you throw her out. Issei, that is enough. Riaz said. That is perfect, I will take all of you on, Kiba said, coming into the room. And who are you? Zenobia asked. Someone who came before you. I was a failure though, Kiba said. They went outside to set up the fight. Kiba summoned up his swords. Finally my object is in sight. The thing I wanted most to destroy appeared in front of my eyes willingly, Kiba said like a crazed maniac. They moved outside so. Issei, it's totally you, said Irina with sparkles in her eyes. Since the fight was started, Issei already moved. Issei got in her face and pulled at her nose. Hey Irina, I have your nose, Issei said, faking that he had her nose, knowing how gullible she is. Hey, give that back, Irina said. Alright, but you have to catch me, Issei said playfully, leaving at a pace that she could follow. You won't get away, Irina said, following after Issei, smiling as she was playing with her friend from all those years ago, just like how they would when they were kids. Everyone was stunned. The devils all thought Issei was going to use his dress break on Irina, but he didn't. He didn't even have the boosted gear out and still rushed the girl just to pull her nose. Zenobia was surprised that Irina let herself be taken off guard to follow a devil. Back with Issei. Now it's my turn to say that you can't tag me, Issei said, luring Irina to a hill that overlooks the town. Irina was breathing hard when she got to the hill. Why did you leave me here, Issei? Irina said, throwing away the mindset that she was after her nose. Do you remember we used to play here? I brought you here so I could tell you how I winded up as a devil. It was simply because I am the Red Dragon Emperor. If I join one side of the three-way war, what would the other factions try to do? Issei said. Irina sat down on the hill and stayed silent. I would be a threat, so one of the sides took it ahead of themselves to kill me. Luckily Riaz saved me and I became a devil like that. That doesn't mean I am your enemy though, for I too own a holy weapon, Issei said, shocking Irina. Issei summoned the boosted gear and pulled out a scalon. This is my sword. It chose me a long time ago, so see, I am not against you, Issei said, handing her a scalon so she could verify that it was holy. How did you get this? Irina asked, stunned. Let's just say the soul within the blade that chose me. Enough about that. How about I help you not as a devil but as a dragon? Issei asked. Sure, Issei, Irina said with a smile. I do want to ask if I could get Kiba into this. He will be of help to you if you get him on your side, especially when he loses to Zenobia, Issei said. Irina looked at him. Well, we both could tell Kiba is fighting blindly. Plus, with that sword Zenobia has in the back, Kiba couldn't make a sword strong enough yet, Issei said. Yet, Irina asked. Yet. I think he has potential, but he is too blind from his anger about being killed for that project. I am pretty sure Michael himself didn't order for those kids to be killed. You can use Kiba's anger to get the swords back and get rid of the blotch that caused that project. Win-win, right? Issei said. Irina chuckled at her old friend's convincing words. You really got good with using your words, Issei. I just can't win against you. It was about time I won an argument with you. The main reason I brought you here is so I could remember our first kiss. Remember, it might have been an accident, but it still counts, Issei said as Irina blushed. Well, let's go back to the school. I have to meet back up with Zenobia, Irina said. I'll come find you after school tomorrow. I have to go meet with someone for work, Issei said. Okay, I will see you then. Before you leave, come give me a hug, Irina said, giving Issei a hug before walking off to the school. I am sorry that you are going to have to do this, Issei said while heading to the pier. Back with Irina, she arrived to see Kiba knocked out on the ground. After hearing what happened to Issei, maybe something similar happened to him that he had to give up so he could escape. Now that I think about it, Asia might be the same, Irina thought. Irina turned to Asia. I am sorry, Asia, for my words. Even if you switch teams, you don't deserve that harsh treatment, Irina said to Asia, catching everyone off guard. It's fine, Asia said. Where is Issei? Riaz asked. Issei reminded me of what we used to hang out together and that he is the same Issei I knew when we were little. Kind and caring. Issei said he got a call from his employer. Irina said. Come on, Zenobia, let's go, she said as she pulled Zenobia out of the area, catching her off guard. Issei must have gotten a call from his only regular. Rhea said. Kiba already left. He was mad that he couldn't take losing to Zenobia. Be safe, Issei, Rhea's thought as they headed back to the clubroom. Back with Issei at the dock. Hey, it's just the person I wanted to see, Issei said to his client regular. Oh, and why is that? The man asked. I realized I never got your name. I think it is Azazel if I am correct, Issei said, making Azazel fault. How did you figure me out? Azazel asked. I will reveal that later on. I wanted if you could ask the White One to let me take care of the crow that is coming. He can take the body away, Issei asked. That is one weird request. May I ask why? Azazel asked. Well, I guess I can let you in. Cockabeel is the one behind this issue. I know he is betraying you, so sending the White makes it seem that you are taking care of it. I want you to leave it to me to take him out so Vali can take him into custody, Issei said, slipping up that he knew a lot more than what he was letting on. That made Azazel raise an eye. Fine, what is your plan then? Azazel asked. Issei then described exactly what he happens to the end. I will knock him out and the White One can pick him up. Sound good? Issei asked, dumping a lot of info on the fallen governor. Azazel put his hand through his hair. I got the plan. Are you sure this will help out to my goal? Yes, Azazel, once this mess is done I got the next step for peace planned out, Issei said, pushing his plan through. Alright, I will trust you. You seem more knowledgeable than what you appear, especially knowing the White Dragon's name, Azazel said, making Issei face palm at his mistake. That's not something I can explain. When we meet up after we arrest him, I will let you know, Issei said while heading home to his house. With Kiba walked down an alley. Why did I lose? Was running through his head. A voice screamed out, help me. Kiba ran to the scene only to find a freshly carved up priest. That's one down. Oh hey, it's Blondie came to check out my Excalibur. I promise it will go by rapidly, a man who came out of the shadows. The next day Issei tried to look down to get Kaneko and to help get Saji, and Issei is explaining that they should help the swordswomen with their work. Are you crazy? You are going to get us killed. And you still want to destroy them, Saji said. I mean you Evria, she is strict but reasonable. I have Sona who is more draconian and just loves punishing us. Issei chuckled at draconian. You do know that you are also a dragon because of your sacred gear. So you just insulted yourself, Issei said, upsetting Saji. No way, sorry, I am out. He got up and started walking away. He was stuck by Kaneko, grabbed him from the table behind the bush. Big surprise, I knew you would try to run away, Kaneko said while eating a parfait. Issei and Saji sat down and told of their plan to get Kiba back in the right mindset and to get the church off their yard, so to speak. I just want to go home, Saji wailed, trying to leave only to have Kaneko pull him back down. So you want to work with the church? Kaneko asked. Issei shook his head. They already said they would rather see them destroyed than have them abused, didn't they? Issei retorted. Yes, they want them back in their hands and they could fix it as long as they take its parts back. Kaneko said. If Kiba wants to get his revenge on Excalibur and the church wants what is theirs back, the goals might differ, but we can get them to work together. After all, safety is in numbers and I would like to add some to their chance of living. I am not sure they will be as eager as you, Kaneko said. Issei whispered into her ear, trust me, my little cat. They will be willing to work with us. Remember what I told you. This was meant to happen. This made Kaneko go wide-eyed. Can I go now since you have your rook? Saji asked, wanting nothing to deal with this. Nope, we need as much support as we can get. Let's go find them, Issei said, leading to the area. Issei knew where they would be. Oh, blessings of the wandering sheep before us. We are pitiful. Lord, please have mercy on us. Two voices said, making Kaneko and Saji face palm while Issei lightly laughed. Issei took them to a family restaurant, and Zenobia and Irina were already chowing down. When they were full, they realized what happened but felt like needing to ask it out loud. Or at least Zenobia did. What just happened? Did we sell ourselves out for food? Zenobia asked, holding her head in shame. Even if it is for regaining our strength, we sold ourselves to the devil. Wow, for a member of the church you really don't take donations well, Issei said, thanking Ddraig internally for telling him to take as much money of his own in return to never go through the Oppi dragon stuff again. Lord, please bless these devils for their kindness, Irina said while praying. Saji and Kaneko took damage, but Issei did not. How does this sound? In return for helping us clean those plates, why don't we help you clear your plate of your problem too? Issei asked Zenobia. Fine. Irina already told me of how you want to get that blonde one back on the right course, Zenobia said. Issei called Kiba and set up a meeting at the fountain. It is rather surprising to heat someone who can wield an Excalibur would ask for their destruction, Kiba said. Speaking of disappointing, I heard you left the house of Gremory. If you are astray, I will slay you if you like, Zenobia asked, pulling out destruction. They were at the fountain with the group from the restaurant was facing Kiba, who was waiting for them. You are welcome to try if you like, Kiba said, using sword birth to make a sword. Stop right there, we aren't here to fight. Right, Zenobia? Issei said, stepping out in front of the two. Zenobia shook her head. It is understandable why you hate that project. Having to see your friends die in front of you is a tragic thing. The one behind the killings would outlasted from the church, Zenobia said. His name is Bulba Galilei. Every so often he goes Bulba Bulba Bulbesser, Irina said, trying to make a joke to lighten the mood. Sadly, only Issei got the joke with a little chuckle. It's Valber, Irina. When he was exiled he likely joined the fallen angels. So it is likely he is probably involved in what is happening here, Zenobia said, ignoring Irina's attempt at a joke. Well, in return I think it would be best if I give you some information back. The priests that were sent here were being killed was by a man named Fried Zelzen. It is common for exiles to work together. Meet us at the church tonight. And thanks Red Dragon for this, I will return the favor, Zenobia said, walking away with Irina following behind. So this is good news then, right? Issei said, putting his hand on Saji's shoulder. Saji screamed, this is not good news. Not only could we have been killed, but we could have started a war with the church. Issei, I want you to stay out of this, Kiba said. Kiba told them his story about when he was in the project. Issei walked up to Kiba and pointed his finger at him. Kiba, we are family, we look out for each other. How can you expect us to let you go just for you to be a stray? Right, Kaneko? Issei said. Kaneko walked up to Kiba. I would be sad if you just left. She said. Well, if you are with this plan, so will I, Kiba said. I have to go make a call, Issei said, walking off from the group as they walked to the church. Yo Azazel, I am calling up to make sure you remember the plan, Issei said over the phone. Tell the White One to go to the school tomorrow night to wait for my signal. I figured I should give you some incentive in this for working with me. Your daughter, Rainier, is alive and is currently hiding at my house and wait for after Cockabille leaves. I had Surzet's sister and Barkwell's daughter getting along with her. From the way things are going, we will have more support for peace since Surzech is a cis-con. Wait, Rainier is alive, Azazel said. I will take her to meet you the night after tomorrow. I have to go now, Issei said as he was approaching the church. All right, Issei, I will pass on the message. Take care of my daughter now, Azazel said. I will, Issei said before hanging up. So are you here to keep an old man company? Azazel said to the man behind him. Didn't know you were the type to be lonely. The man replied. Well, I just found out my daughter is alive. Also, I have a message from the Red One. He knows about you. He said that he wants to help you on your goal, for his goal is the same, he says. He said that you should be at the academy in the evening. He said that he will send you a signal when to pick up the crow. Azazel said. Okay, I will do it. It will be interesting to see what the weakest user in history can do to our crow, the man said, walking away from the pier. Back with Issei. He put on the priest outfit and they split into the two groups. Oh, Issei, in return for the food I wanted to let you know the White One is active, Zenobia said before leaving. Let's think where they would be. It is somewhere abandoned. Kiba, any ideas? Issei suggested. I think I know where, Kiba said, taking Issei's bait. They walked to the abandoned factory. It was the one they fought the stray devil visor. Something is wrong, Issei said. Off the top of the building, Fried. Kiba summoned a sword to counter. Fried and Kiba get into a tight sword fight. Issei, remember to limit the power you transfer. Too much power, he killed a bug too early, Ddraig said to Issei. I already have that stored for transferring. Which is now. Saji, I need you to use your sacred gear on Fried's leg to slow him down, Issei said. Roger that. Line, Saji said, summoning his sacred gear and having it wrap around Fried's leg. Kaneko, throw me at Kiba so I can transfer my power to him, Issei said, having Kaneko pick him up and threw him. Issei then transferred his power to Kiba. Thanks, now I will use this power as a gift that I will use gratefully. Sword birth go, Kiba said, stabbing his sword into the ground, making many swords surround Fried. Fried manages to keep the swords from stabbing him. Sword birth, huh? A man's voice said. Who goes there? Kiba said, for some reason stopping his attack on Fried. A sacred gear that can exhibit invincible power based on the user's ability. Oh, Fried, looks like your use on swords can use some brushing up, the man said. Oh look, it's old man Valber, Fried said, causing Kiba to look at the man with hate. So he is the one Zenobia mentioned. The one behind the project, Kaneko said. Valber Galilei, Kiba said, angrily getting the man's attention. The one and only, Valber said snidely. The one and only what, old man? Make yourself useful and help me get this lizard's tongue off me, Fried said, whacking away at Saji's sacred gear. You need to put all of your energy into the blade of the sword, Valber said, making the smile return to Fried's face. Oh, is that all? Fried said, putting the energy in the sword, making the blade glow with holy power. Fried laughed, maniacally slashing at the line that had been holding him back. I see, if I figure out how to use the holy elements I can get more powerful than before. Now stay down so you can be food for my sword, Fried said, jumping at Issei, catching Issei off guard because it was Kiba who he jumped at. He slashed out at Issei as Issei caught it with his hand, shocking everyone that was there. What? How did you grab my sword like that? Fried said, pissed that his sword couldn't hurt the devil. He lounged at Kiba only to be met by Zenobia. Hey Issei, we are finally here, Irina said. Irina, what are you doing? Saji asked. What? You called us, remember? Irina said. Wait, when? Saji asked. Good to see that you are paying attention, Kaneko said to Saji. You are both traitors. I condemn your souls in the name of our god, Zenobia shouted, pushing back Fried. How dare you say that name in front of me? Fried said. Kiba took the opportunity to attack while Zenobia had him pinned. Fried dodged it while laughing. You are done for tonight. All you had to do was take out the vermin from the church, yet there they are with holy swords and we are outnumbered. Let us escape now, Valber said. Oh, so soon. See ya, Fried said, throwing a smoke grenade. Zenobia and Kiba jumped at them, hoping to hit them but didn't. Let's go, Irina, Zenobia said with Kiba behind her. Guys, let's wait for our masters here. They should be here in 3, 2, 1. Issei said. Goodness, what have you gotten yourselves into? Came a voice from behind them. It was the two kings of the area with their queens. I have information that is very valuable to you. In exchange for this info, I asked that we be free of spanking for disobedience, since that was what we would have been punished for. Issei said, not wanting to get spanked like that again. It was fine for him if it was their hands, but with magic it was usually without pleasure. Fine. What info do you have? Sona said, wanting the information so she could plan ahead. The ones behind this incident are not a part of the main fallen group. They were betraying Azazel and is the reason Rainier is hiding right now. Issei said, how accurate is your information? Sona said, wondering who the correspondent was. It was Azazel himself. We are drinking blood, so to say. It is a benefit of being the Red Dragon Emperor. Issei said, all we can do now is wait for them. Alright, let us all spit and meet after school tomorrow. Sona said, taking her family home with her. Let us go home, Rias. Issei said, taking her by the arm. Yes, let's all go home. Rias said. Back at Issei's house he was greeted by a pleasant sight. It was Asia in a naked apron. Welcome home, you guys, Asia said. Issei, wanting to skip the story again, decided it was time for a test run. Rias, why don't you go ask my mom if she has one for you? Issei asked. Light. Mom, I want to wear what Asia is wearing. Rias said, heading back to where Issei's mom was. Asia, I need to test something. Issei said, pulling a bright yellow gemmed ring with the name Asia on it. Put this on and hold on to my hands. Issei said, putting the ring on her left hand ring ringer. Okay, Asia. Soul fusion. Issei said. A glow surrounded the two of them. Issei, it's you. Asia said. Asia, you have the memories of our future self. Excluding your death, of course. Trust me, you will be safe this time. Issei said, holding her gently. We are going to repeat everything till the three factions meeting. The only change I am making is saving Rainier and defeating Cockabille myself instead of having Volley do it. Okay. Alright, Issei, I will try to. One question though, what about Kiba? Will you do it in the nurse's office again? Asia said, teasing Issei. Where did the innocent Asia go who didn't know what a condom was? Issei said, making Asia blush of her ignorance. Remember, you are the first one to be awakened from the future. The others might know I am from the future but don't have theirs yet. Keep it a secret and act normal. Issei said. Okay, Issei, I am just glad I was first. Asia said with a smile. Well, you are the most reliable one and I don't want Daiadora touching you again. Ddraig has a plan on how to counter that when we get there. Issei said. He may be the reason I am here, but he has caused so much pain. Asia said. Rias came out of a room to show Issei her naked apron. So how does it look? Rias asked. Issei put his hand up. It looks great on you. Issei said, putting his thumb up. Thanks. Well, Asia, let's make some dinner. Rias said. Yes, let's. Asia said. The next day, Issei was laying his head on his desk. Looks like we got a snoozer-looser situation over here. Hey bro, Matsuda said. Ugh, you don't need to be that close to me. Issei said. So are you worried about whose titties are better? Rias or Aquino? Aquino or Rias, who is it going to be? The two said together. No, I don't need help with that. I found that it's better to like what's beyond her chest. After all, who wants to be with someone who is nothing but trash on the inside? Issei said, shocking the class except Asia, who giggled at what he said. After school they meet up with Rias. Good news, my familiar found someone. Let us teleport there now, Rias said. They then teleported to a forest path. There was a woman with wings with a girl with chestnut hair. Irina, Asia, come over here and help me heal her, Issei said, rushing to her side. Alright, Issei, Asia said, starting the healing process with Issei giving her some extra energy. Where are Kiba and Zenobia? Issei asked. They got away. I wasn't fast enough. I let them down. Irina said, please stay safe, Issei, she said, putting her hand on his cheek before passing out. A blue light came from behind them. It was Sona, Saji, and Tsubaki. Thank you so much for coming, Sona, Rias said. Of course, I came right after I received your message. The damage looks pretty bad, Sona said, taking notice of Irina's state. Yes, Twilight healing cannot heal consumed stamina, Asia said. I have the equipment to treat her at my house, Tsubaki. Right, Tsubaki said to her master, I will leave her with you. She picked up Irina, leaving via magic circle. So what happened? Saji asked. I don't know, but can I ask you to come out here, Freed? Issei asked, making everyone flinch. I thought I was doing a good job masking myself. Well, if it isn't that we all took the bait club. So many damn devils. Freed said, Asia Argento, the traitor nun who sold her soul to the devil. How much do you like your new life as devil scum? Asia didn't flinch. I am happy, Asia said, making Freed sad at her lack of reaction. Rias and Sona both jumped in front of the group. Well, don't blast the messenger. Someone wants to talk to you, Red, Freed said. Which someone? Rias responded. Why, my boss, Freed said, having the 10-winged fallen angel appeared. It is a pleasure to meet you, daughter of the House of Gremory. I am Cockabille, the fallen said. The pleasure is all mine. Please call me Rias. So you are the leader of the Dark Angels? Rias asked. It's nice to put a face to a name. Your crimson hair is quite breathtaking. It is as breathtaking as the Scarlet Devil King. Even the facial expressions are similar. That is absolutely nauseating, Cockabille said. Thank you. Is there something you wish to discuss with me, or are you here to review my appearance? Rias asked. I am thinking about doing some damage to this intuition and the residents of this town, Cockabille said. Why would you want to harm our school? I figure if I do, Surzech will come to help his little sister. What do you think? Cockabille said. You will be starting the war between God, fallen angels, and the devils alike. Rhea said, better than what I got after stealing the Excaliburs. I thought for certain Michael will come, but all he sent was a weak exorcist and 2 pathetic holy swordswomen. Honestly, it was disappointing. So wait, that is your goal. You only want to start a war. Rhea said, yes, until next time, toodaloo. He said, throwing a light spear at them. Issei jumped in front of everyone and said draconic shield, causing a thick protection to come upon them to shield them from the light. He is off to the school, Kaneko said, pointing to the school. Let's go, said Issei, leading the way to the fight. With Issei, he is running at a moderate speed. He had to be late to the fight to make sure Volley and Azazel were in place to get the crow. By the time he got there, Sona already placed the shield around the school. Issei, make sure everyone comes back alive, Sona said. Issei runs to join the battle, saying to her, don't worry, no one is allowed to die tonight, Issei said. At the time Issei rejoined the battle, Kiba's friends were surrounding him. Why did I live? There were kids who had bigger dreams than I did, so why? Someone better than me should have made it out of that nightmare, Kiba said. Kiba looked around him and saw the souls of the children of the project. The littlest one grabbed Kiba's shirt and showed him a smile. They then started to circle around Kiba, no longer holding a human form. It's okay, let's all gather together. Take us in. It is time. You don't have to be scared. Even if there is no God, our hearts will be forever one, came the voices around Kiba. Kiba accepted them and making all of the devils smile. Seems like I came at a good time. Looks like Kiba has finally got his balance breaker, Issei said from behind Riaz and Akino, scaring them both. Issei, when did you get here? Riaz asked. Right now, actually I had to make sure my plan is in step before I got here, Issei said, looking at Kiba, who was talking to Valber. Fried, come here. Valber called, summoning Fried. You should have died with the rest of the subjects. Kiba, don't let your friend's Suze go to waste, Issei said. Gross. Another moving scene from the Gagme Gremory. Now my skin is starting to crawl. I can't take it. I need to kill you, and that should make me feel much better, Fried said, energizing his sword. Time for a new sword. I will create a sword for Riaz and all of my friends. Sword birth, go, Kiba said, pointing his sword up in the air as holy and demonic powers circle around it. This is my sword of betrayer fused with devil and holy powers. Just try to stop it. Holy and devil together, Riaz asked. Yep, Kiba had peaked, making this his balance breaker, Issei said as Kiba and Zenobia head to Fried. Talk to me, Knight of Gremory, are we still allied? Zenobia asked, getting a yes from Kiba. She then stabbed destruction into the ground. O Peter, O Philippus, O Dionysius, and the Blessed Virgin Mary, I ask you to hear my prayers, Zenobia said as a blade started coming out of a magic circle. In the name of the saint living in blade, I hereby set you free, Durandal. A sword on par with Excalibur, said to cut everything in this world. Akino said timidly, that is impossible, my research didn't go into users of that blade. Valber said, well, unlike those two, I am all natural, Zenobia said with a winning smile. This kiddo cuts everything he touches, but he doesn't always listen to me, so we keep him in a different dimension, Zenobia explained. I don't believe you, Fried said, running at her blindly. Fried was attacking with so much malicious intent that even though his speed was fast and his blade was invisible, he was easy to follow. All you have there is a broken holy sword. It is no match for my Durandal, Zenobia said, parrying the attacks. Kiss my ass, Fried said, jumping to dodge her attack. I don't like you. While the feeling is mutual, Kiba said, attacking Fried. After a few swipes, Kiba broke the Excalibur and hit Fried hard enough to knock him out. Yes, did you see how our powers overcame it? Kiba said to his friends. How is this possible unless both the Devil King and God both are dead? Valber said before getting a light spear into his chest, consuming him. Well, that was easy. I guess the secret is out. The God of the Bible is dead. So how does it feel, swordswoman, to know your master isn't here anymore? Cockabeel said, making Zenobia fall. Issei stepped up to fight. Looks like you said something you shouldn't have, Issei said, making everyone look at him. Issei, did you know? Riaz said as Issei didn't respond. I have the order from Azazel to ask you to stand down or I will make you, Issei said with full confidence, pulling out the scroll that he had Azazel sign. Bring it on, little devil, Cockabeel said. You shouldn't have said that, Issei said, putting his hand in the air. Oh, my sword from the future, come to the past, for it is time to make things last. We will be just, pride, and true. But now it is time to say hello to this world, so come through. Come, my blade, Neo Durandal, Issei said, pulling out the Durandal that was infused with all of the pieces of Excalibur. It is time for an illusion, Issei said, making clones of himself. Let my blade go invisible and fast, Issei said, showing of the traits that were added to Durandal. Issei now was circling Cockabeel in the air, flying with his dragon wings, since that is what he is used to, while his clones surrounded Cockabeel. He preferred scales over feathers because it was more durable. Plus he liked the red coloring over the black or gold choices he had. I have had enough of this, Cockabeel said, making several light spears surround him. Die, he said, chucking the spears at Issei, but it hit the clones. Issei went on the attack, slashing at every part of Cockabeel and breaking his wings, causing him to fall. Go destruction beam, Issei said, calling on Excalibur destruction from the ground to hit Cockabeel and send the signal to volley. A man in white armor came in less than 3 seconds. I will take this one off your hands, and I have a few questions for that priest, the man said. As he passed Issei, Ddraig spoke up. Yo Albion, how are you? I am well, Why are you asking, rival? Well, I was thinking this might be the time we get along. The previous hosts have already left the sacred gear. What do you say? Put aside our differences and come together so our hosts don't get killed. Because I don't know about you, but I honestly like my host. That and explaining everything to a new host is getting stale. All thanks, Ddraig. That is the nicest thing you have said to me. Issei thought. I will consider it. Considering how strong your current host is, just from his big jump in strength, that might be the cause. Anyways, let's go. Volley was quite stunned when he felt a bit of Issei's current power level. He came by to check out his rival and found him to be really weak. Maybe I can unlock a new power too, Volley thought as he left with the 2 prisoners in his arms. Issei quickly put away Neo Durandal and just praying that no one would ask. Luckily they didn't. They were still stunned at the fact that God was dead, well except for Asia, who had her memories of her future self. Hello, is anyone there? Issei said, waving his hand in front of Ria's. Oh Issei, where is Cockabeel and Fried? Ria said, only just noticing the absence of 2 people. Oh them, I asked Azazel to send someone to fetch them to put them under arrest. Anyways, we won, Issei said, trying to make everyone into a good mood. It worked. Well, I don't know how you did it, Issei, but it is good to see you did it. Also, Kiba, you managed to achieve balance breaker. Ria said, I betrayed the club members, and most importantly I betrayed the person who saved me a long time ago. I can't make up for what I have done. Kiba said, you came back and that is all that really matters. Next time don't let everyone's feelings go to waste. Ria said, President, I make my vow to you once more. I, Kiba Yudo, promise to protect you and your companions as a knight in the House of Gremory for the rest of my life. Kiba said as Rias walked to him. She put his head into her bosom. Thank you and welcome home. Rias said. Issei decided he wouldn't get jealous of where Kiba was. It's time to receive your punishment, 1,000 spankings. Rias said with a smile on her face. What? Issei, can you help me? Kiba begged. No can do, pretty boy. I have to go talk to Rainier to let her know it is safe. Issei said, walking over to Zenobia as everyone else was watching Kiba get spanked. Yo Zenobia. What's up? Issei asked. How long did you know? Zenobia asked. I know how I can make things easier. Comes at free of charge with some minor pain. Take this ring and hold my hands, Issei said, offering her a ring that was blue labeled Zenobia. Up for the challenge, wielder of Durandal. Issei said, intimidating her while putting out his hands. She took the ring and put it on her left ring finger and took both of his hands, and they made an oval with their arms. Ready? Soul fusion, Issei said, and a bang of light struck them. Issei, is that you? Zenobia asked with tears in her eyes. Yes, but we just defeated Cockabeel. You probably don't remember, but you all were killed and I went back in time to save Rainier to stop Trihexa early. Luckily my body, Ascalon, and your old Neo Durandal came to with Ddraig since I put them in the boosted gear. Do everything you did in the past till the 3 factions get together and have peace. You have to become a devil again, and I want to tell you that I am sorry that you have to go through that pain again. Issei said. Zenobia just hugged him tightly for a little bit. Issei, caught off guard, just patted her head. I am glad to have my future memories. Can I have my Neo Durandal back? Zenobia asked. No, I am keeping it so you can get your own, Issei said, childishly sticking out his tongue out at her. Well, Issei, who else remembers? Zenobia asked. Asia remembers everything. I hinted it to Arena. The others in the peerage excluding Kiba know I am from the future. Then there is Rainier, and I suspect Azazel knows, but I have to go to him now to set up the 3 factions meeting, so see you, Issei said, walking away to the nearby hotel. Wait, Issei, one last thing. Here, Zenobia said, planting a kiss on Issei's lips. Got that out of the way, now go, Issei, Zenobia said to the stunned Issei. Zenobia giggled lightly. Thanks, but Asia still had my first, Zenobia, Issei said, leaving her behind. Well shoot, that didn't work. Well, I better become a devil, Zenobia said, picking up the shattered pieces of Excalibur. Back with Issei. Issei just picked up Rainier and didn't tell them where they were heading. They went to an apartment complex. Issei knocked on the door. Come in, a voice said. Issei opened the door to see a surprisingly full-dressed Azazel. He first looked at Issei, but the second he looked at Rainier, he rushed up to her and swung her around. Rainier, it is you. I can't believe you are alive. What do you mean? Rainier asked. I got a report saying you were killed, Azazel said. And she almost was. I decided to spare her this time, Issei said. What do you mean? Azazel asked, taking a drink of his liquor. I don't see the harm in telling you. I come from the future. Trust me, it wasn't pretty. Trihexa was released, Issei said, making Azazel spray in Issei's face. Can we come in so I can wash my face? Issei asked. Azazel let them in and Issei washed his face, then sat on the couch next to Rainier. How do you know that name? Azazel asked. I come from the future. I came back for a reason. A destroyed world was our future, Issei said. Wait, you said was? Azazel asked. I changed the future a bit, saving Rainier. In my timeline she was killed for killing me and an innocent nun. I hid Rainier this week because I knew Cockabeel's movements. I need you to call Sirzech and Michael to apologize for Cockabeel's actions. That is just a front to call for peace. As you once said to me, wouldn't peace be nice? I don't have to worry about every single thing and can get back to my research. And then you went on about boobs and the fact that nipples are similar to doorbells, which you were right about, Issei said. Azazel simply blushed to put his antics being said in front of his daughter. That does sound like something I would say in a new devil. Knowing the name Trihexa is very unbelievable. At the summit I want more details. All right, Azazel asked. Yes, Azazel. Issei then took Rainier to his house where she slept in Asia's room while Asia and Rhea slept with Issei. The weekend flew by for Issei. He got to see Rhea's, Aquino, and Rainier all in selfie swimsuits. They also cleaned the pool and Issei almost was raped by Zenobia again. Zenobia joined them on Friday and told them how she had been kicked out for knowing the truth. She played her part just like Issei asked her to, and he was starting to regret it because she was more forward now than before. Then came Parents' Day. Basically filler episode 6-7 happened here with Rainier here. I just let them fly by for the next point. To be continued. Just kidding. Parents' Day is here and Ria's brother stayed the night again. Surzech didn't mind that Rainier was there even though she was a fallen. Issei was walking to school when he noticed Vali was at the gate. Hello White Dragon Emperor. I assume you know me, but I am Issei Hiroto, the current Sekirei. It's nice to meet you, Vali Lucifer, Issei said, making his name a whisper. Vali didn't expect Issei to know his family line. Issei noticed his shock. I heard that your goal is to beat your grandfather, is it not? That is why you seek strength, Issei asked. Vali flinched again. How do you know that? Vali said, it is normal to look into your enemy's foes to seek assistance, and you happen to be one of them. Though someone will make you an offer to help you with your boring world so you can get stronger, so go. Issei said, telling Vali to take off Isa's offer to join the Chaos Brigade. Bring this group of people with you. Tell Kuroka she can tell her sister the truth, Issei said, handing him a list of everyone on the Vali team. Issei turned around to see his friends behind him. Yo everyone, see you later, Issei said, walking off to class without looking back. Is it just me, or is Issei still not showing off his true strength? Riaz asked everyone. It seems like he can be himself, not his past self, so to speak. It is like when he went into that church all perverted and he came out a calmer man, Aquino said. I agree with Aquino. Issei was probably tense from trying to keep major events to happen the same way. Like instead of just attacking Cockabeel from out front, he waited till Cockabeel said something major, which was about his death. Asia said, wait, Issei changed because he is from the future. He didn't tell me. Kiba said, Kiba, trust me when I say that you don't want to know yet, Asia said, remembering that she was the one who was watching them that day in the nurse's office. If you say so, Asia, Kiba said, confused. Issei walked into class with two fists coming right at him from Masuda and Madohama. Issei, you bastard, they said. Issei took the hit and acted like it hurt. We know what you did, punk, Matsuda said angrily. Like how you got that Zenobia chick into your club. Madohama followed up. She is the friend of my childhood friend. She asked me to look after Zenobia and so I did, Issei said, knowing what Zenobia was going to do. Issei, I want to apologize for what I said to you. Zenobia started. It's fine. We can do it some other time, you just have to wait, Issei said, throwing Zenobia for a loop. Really? Zenobia said excitedly. Yes, I promise to help you achieve your goal, Issei said. Oh, what's her goal? Matsuda asked. To learn how to be a good mother via cooking. Zenobia sucks at cooking, so I help her. Right? Issei said, making it clear to her that she will follow his story. Yes, Zenobia said, fearing what would happen if she made it to a joke. Issei waked off to meet with the presidents and their vice presidents. Oh, Issei, it is nice to see you, Riaz said. Yo ladies, what's up? Issei asked. I hear that you met the White Dragon, Sona asked. Yes, I told him that we had a common goal, so you don't have to worry about me destroying the school. Especially considering your sister is probably here, so you have enough as it is, Issei said, triggering a flag inside of Sona. I never mentioned my sister to anyone. How do you know? Sona asked coldly, thinking Issei is a fake. Well, I come from the future, if that helps. I figured I should warn you to go to the gym before she starts a photo shoot there in her magic girl cosplay outfit. The one she says is her work uniform, Issei said, showing how much he knows about the future. Sona got wide-eyed and ran in the direction of the gym, and her queen followed behind her. She returned with her sister in tow. Issei, I want an explanation now on how you knew that, Sona demanded. How about I save it for the upcoming summit? After all, I did ask Azazel to ask for it. Let's just say that the future was a bleak one, Issei said before walking off. On your desk there is a block of clay. Your assignment is to create something that inspires you. It can be anything you want as long as it is original. We use the same words, but it's your personal thought. The teacher said, we are so proud of you, Asia. Issei's mom said, look at the camera. Issei's dad said. Asia just waved back, smiling brightly. Issei looks at the block and considers what to make. He could make another Rias, or he could make an Aquino statue. Then an idea popped into Issei's head. He used some of his aura and without anyone paying attention to him as he made more clay to make something bigger. Oh wow, Issei, how did you make this? The teacher asked Issei. Issei opened his eyes to see his sculpture has become. It was a sculpture that had the current members of the Occult Research Club made very accurately. Only one problem. Kiba is a girl in the sculpture. Luckily no one noticed or said anything about it. They started selling it off and Issei just took it to give to Riaz. Issei meet up with Riaz in the hallway. Hey Riaz, I got something for you, Issei said, giving the statue to her. Wow, it is nicely made. Is this what Kiba would look like as a girl, Issei? Riaz asked, teasing her servant. Issei decided it was time. Riaz, take this ring I made you and then hold my hands, Issei said, handing her a ring with a crimson jewel with the label Riaz. Okay then, Riaz said, just doing what Issei said. Warning, this will hurt a bit. Soul fusion, Issei said as a glow engulfed the two of them. Riaz opened her eyes. Issei, she said, jumping Issei, knocking Issei on the ground. I'm glad you remember. I don't think I could deal with another jealous Rias again, Issei said to Rias, who was giggling in his chest. Issei, what happened? Last thing I remember was being in vampire territory and we were middle of fighting Grendel, Rias asked. Rias, calm down. After that fight I went back in time and changed it. I gave your past self your memories we shared and that's what happened, Issei said. Wow, I wondered why things seemed different. What did you change? I will tell you are the summit, okay. I should go see Aquino so I can get a scallon, Issei said, walking off. I won't let anyone die again, Issei said under his breath. Hey Ddraig, when do you think he will wake up? I mean, it's been a while, Issei asked. Albion should be waking up soon, I hope. He didn't wake up since Vali transferred him to us, Ddraig said back. Flashback. Vali was bleeding out, his clothes were all torn up. Issei ran to his rival. Vali, hang in there, Issei said, trying to close his wounds. Issei, I can't make it for much longer, but here I want to give you something, Vali said, getting Issei to stop trying to heal him, crying because he was losing his friend. Sacred transfer, Vali said, puking some blood and holding Issei's arm as he sent Albion to Issei. Goodbye and make the future a good one, Vali said with a smile on his face as he closed his eyes. Why? Issei said, crying as he lost his last friend. Issei, let's go. We will see him again. Let's go train, Ddraig said through the boosted gear. Yes Ddraig, let's do it, Issei said, smiling even though the tears were still coming. Flashback end. I wish he would, Ddraig said, being cut off by someone. Where am I? Said a familiar voice belonging to a certain white dragon. Albion, it's about time you woke up. It's been like 8 months since Vali transferred you to me, Issei said to his two partners. Well, seeing as you are my new user Issei, I will teach you how to use my power, and maybe by the time the 3 great factions get together, Albion said. That sounds great, but if you don't mind, I have a cosplay site to see, Issei said out loud, heading straight for the gym. Issei walked into the gym to see a girl with dark hair and twin tails while wearing a pink magical girl costume. To be specific, it is a magical girl Milky Spiral Alternative 7 cosplay, but I don't have anyone to show off to, so I will keep it to myself, Issei thought to himself. Issei approached the stage. Lady Seraphal, your sister is looking for you, Issei said, walking up to the stage to stand next to the Leviathan. She stopped poising for the cameras and everyone started to yell at Issei. Everyone started to leave. Issei was leading Sierra to the student council office. So who are you? Sierra asked. I am sorry, Lady Seraphal. I was so immense into your beauty and getting you to your sister that I forgot to introduce myself to you. I am Issei Hayadu, this generation's Red Dragon Emperor. I am Rias Grimory's pawn and I am a strong force on my own, Issei said, bowing as he introduced himself to a blushing Seraphal. They arrived to the student council office. Issei knocked on the door. Sona came out with an annoyed face. What do you want? She said, not noticing her sister. Seraphal jumped from behind Issei and hugged Sona too tightly. Oh Sona, I've missed you. What's the matter? You look sad. Aren't you happy to see me? You should run into my arms and I'll say that I missed you too. Then I give you a big kiss and you kiss me back. Then that leads to girl-on-girl action, and wouldn't that be hot? Seraphal said, getting into Sona's face. Now Lady Seraphal, you should back off your sister for a second, Issei said. Reluctantly, Seraphal let go of Sona. Thanks Issei, Sona said. No problem Sona, now if you don't mind I have to return to Rias, Issei said, leaving the sisters alone. So Sona, what do you think about Issei over there? Seraphal asked her sister, catching Sona off again. I don't know yet. What about you, sis? Sona asked. I think I found a strong enough guy to have our 3-way with, Seraphal said, making Sona blush. With Issei meet up with Rias, who was with her brother and dad with Issei's parents. It's nice to meet the ones who are taking care of my daughter, Raiden said. Why don't we go back to the house and sit? Issei's dad said. That sounds like a great idea, Raiden said. Great, then it's settled. Should we stop by the store to buy some whiskey? Issei's dad said, leaving the kids behind. He doesn't know who he's talking to, Issei said. They went home and were treated to insight. All 3 males were drinking away. Cheers to our friendship, Issei's dad said, and all 3 of them drank another round. They started to watch the videos again, trying to embarrass the kids, except it didn't work because they all had experienced it before due to their future souls are fused with their current ones. Rias, Issei and Asia all went up to his room to get ready for bed. Hey sis, since you have seemed to control your peerage better, I think it's time to unleash your bishop, Surzech said. If you the Mao are suggesting that I release him, I will do so, Rias said to her brother. Surzech smiled as he left with his drunk father for the night to return home. Later on, Issei fell asleep with Asia sleeping on his left side while Rias was on his right. It was a tight fit for them because they used to do this after they got the house upgraded. While the girls were asleep, Issei was actually training inside his head with Albion. Issei went to the area where he could meet with the 2 dragons. I see you have grown stronger since I saw you with Vali, Albion said after training Issei how to absorb power. Albion's sacred gear in Issei came in the form of a gauntlet on his other arm. That made sense because the Red Dragon Emperor is said to have endless power container, meaning that he could divide without having to let any of the power out. While I spent 6 months training plus the point that was before I trained, I am stronger than my old form, Issei said, explaining to Albion his strength while Ddraig got some well-deserved break. It looks like Ddraig is very tired from this all, Albion said. He had to be up all the time to help me deal with all of the bad memories and keep them at bay. He really helped me out this time. So this time I will not be the Op-eye dragon. Since you are awake, I was thinking of getting known as the Crimson White Heavenly King. Since I came use both heavenly dragons, it seemed like an idea I came up with. Issei said, looking at the tall white dragon. It sounds nice, although being just a simple king is a downgrade from being a heavenly dragon to a dragon king, but I will take it. Albion said, pausing. I think I will like it. He said, smiling. All right, Issei said, doing a celebratory dance, getting Albion to laugh at him. I can't wait to see Volley's face when he finds out his rival has his dragon. Albion said, but now it's time to train. He said, blowing out a breath of white flames. The next morning, Issei woke up to a marvelous sight. A naked Asia and Rias. Even though he was in his small bed, the fit and it felt natural. Come on girls, it is time to get up for school, Issei said, nudging the girls. Okay Issei, just give me a second, Rias said as her chest bounces as she rose from the bed. Let me sleep for a bit longer, Asia said, turning over to her other side, which caused her head right into the wall. Ochi, come on you guys, it's time go to school, Issei said, getting dressed while the girls were watching. They started drooling at the sight of Issei's six-pack and his tight muscles. Issei started to flex and show off a show for the two girls. All right, let's go down to eat breakfast, Issei said, putting on his shirt. The girls snapped out of it and went to their respective rooms. They ate breakfast and went to school. The day went normal, but Issei ate lunch alone. He ate lunch alone so he could talk to Albion to get to better know him now that he is awake. Issei and Asia went to the club room. Yo, it's your favorite servant, Issei said, opening the door. Issei, it is time, unlock Gasper from his room. Rias said. Okay, let's go, Issei said, excited. In front of the sealed door, Issei and the peerage with Rainier was in front of a door that was magically sealed. Alright, it is time to let Gasper out, Rias said, wearing her ring that once held her soul. Rias took off the seal. Inside came a scream. No, I don't understand what is going on, the casket said. Rias walked into the room and walked to the casket. The seal is broken. You can come with us now. Okay, Rias asked, lifting the coffin. No, I don't ever want to leave here, said the one in the coffin. It was a blonde girl with short hair wearing a cool schoolgirl uniform. I won't fall for that same trick this time, Issei thought. That is a boy and you know it. Issei, I am surprised you haven't jumped at him yet, Issei, Kiba said, not knowing that Issei knew of Gasper before now. Well, I know that he is a boy judging from his name Gasper, Issei said, making a cool guy pose. This made everyone laugh at him, even Gasper. Hey Gasper, let's go train your sacred gear. Trust me, it will be needed, Issei said, turning his voice to a more serious one. Follow me if you want to train, Issei said, leaving the room. Well, I didn't expect Issei to do that, Rias said. His face was defiantly reminded me of when he thought about his past. Rainier said, as much as I hate to agree with you, I do agree with you. Aquino said. They all agreed too. They noticed something though. Gasper had actually left his room. When did he leave? Rainier said, completely off guard. His sacred gear slows down time. He hasn't had control over it completely yet, Rias said. That makes sense on how he left. But how could he know to trust Issei? Rainier asked. It was his dragon aura, Kaneko said, getting everyone to look on her. It was giving off a feeling of trustworthiness. Kiba, my brother wants to see you. Aquino is my queen, will you come with? Rias asked. Yes, Madam President, Aquino said. The rest of us will try to give Issei a hand if we can find him, Asia said. With Issei, so you want to learn how to use your sacred gear? Issei asked, on the roof of the old schoolhouse. You know something, don't you? Gasper said. Your power has the potential to save this whole world, Issei said. If you let things sit without training, it will not help you, trust me. I know from my own experiences, Issei said. Bodies everywhere, wings of each race laying on the ground, blood everywhere. Albion divided the stress in Issei's mind. Thanks, Albion, Issei thought to his awake partner. No problem, Albion said. Sorry about that. I just remembered something. You're friends with a girl named Valerie, a vampire, right? Issei said, making Gasper gasp. What do you mean? Gasper said, recovering from his shock. She has a sacred gear that someone will try to extract. Even stop them, Issei said flatly. Now let's go head to the volleyball court, Issei said. Why there? Gasper asked. Because you are going to be working on stopping the balls midair, Issei said, making his dragon wings come out. Come on, let's go. Coming, Gasper said. One intense training session later. Very good, Gasper, you are able to stop the volleyball at a normal speed of a human, which is really good since how you aren't used to using it yet. We will take a break for today, Issei said as Gasper laid down on the ground. Thanks, Issei, Gasper said. Issei sensed someone nearby. You can come out now, Issei said. Out of the corner of his eye, two men came out of the bushes. I really have to say you really know how to train his sacred gear, Issei. The man with the black hair with blonde bangs. I know a faster way would be for him to have some of my blood, but since this little guy doesn't like it, I am respecting his choice. Volley, have you gotten your group together? Issei asked. Yes, they will be at the meeting tomorrow, Volley said, surprising Azazel. Good, they will need to be there for what I have set up, Issei said, getting Azazel to look at him now. Alright, let's go, Azazel. It seems like the one you wanted to see isn't here, so let's go eat to be ready for tomorrow, Volley said, turning and leaving with Azazel. I better go too. Aquino wanted me to go up to her shrine, Issei said, walking away from Gasper, who was still in awe at Issei's strength. At the shrine. Yo Aquino, Issei said halfway up the stairs. Aquino appeared from the side of the path. Hello Issei, sorry about the sudden invite, but you probably know what is going on right now. Aquino said, you got me. That is one of the things I love about you, being able to see right past me. Issei said, making Aquino blush. They walked into the shrine. This place was secured by Rias once the last master died. Aquino said, so this is the Red Dragon Emperor. A voice said as a golden glow appeared and a man with 12 golden wing appeared. Yes, I am Michiel-sama. Issei said, smiling back at the man. Hello Issei Hayaudu. I am indeed Michael, chief of the angels. Michael said. They entered the shrine. I have a gift for you. Michael said, summoning a silver sword decorated with purple jewels. This is Excalibur the Dragon Slayer. Many dragons have fallen to this sword. He handed the sword to Issei when he remembered that Ddraig was asleep, and if he used Albion it would ruin the surprise. I will store this in my sacred gear later. Ddraig is sleeping right now, Issei said, surprising Michael, but he didn't let it show. Alright, I will be leaving now, Michael said, turning around. Wait Michael, I have to ask for a favor after the meeting. Issei asked. Sure, I must go now, Michael said, making a golden glow as he teleported away. Issei sat down at the nearby table. Aquino came back with tea. So you came here to work on the sword? Issei asked. Yes, we had to make a scallon so it would accept you, Aquino said, handing Issei some tea. Thank you. I do have to ask how you felt about your dad, Barakil. Issei said, not sure how she felt about it since she had the ring to talk to her mother with her. Well Issei, normally I would have told you about my hatred to my father. Aquino started. However, since I started taking to my mom again, I begun to understand why he wasn't there. It looks like you have let your heart begin to heal again, Issei said, unknowingly letting a golden glow of kindness surround him. Aquino noticed this but said nothing about it. She got up behind Issei and hugged him from behind. Issei just enjoyed the feeling. Hey Issei, I don't mind being third, Aquino whispered into his ear. Aquino, you aren't third, Issei said. I love you all equally. I would do everything to protect you, even doing the impossible by rewriting time. I can do it because I have you girls with me, so there aren't places for you girls. Aquino relaxed her hold on him. Well Aquino, I have to go now, Issei said, sensing Rias coming. Oh well, we just got started, but alright I guess, Aquino said, letting go of Issei. Thanks Aquino, Issei said, picking up a scallon and headed down the stairs. Well, I didn't expect you to be walking down, Rias said, bumping into Issei on his way down. Well, Aquino was easier this time because I had help, Issei said, still holding a scallon. Why haven't you put it in the boosted gear, Issei? Rias asked, noticing the sword. Ddraig is asleep from going back in time. He has been taking care of me since we traveled back, so I let him rest for a while, Issei said. By the way, how are you using Neo Durandal? Rias asked as they walked down the stairs. Well, the sword came to my aid when I was training, and it decided to have me being its wielder, and I took it with me as I came back through time, Issei explained. Don't worry, I will bring Aquino with me tonight to sleep with us. Get plenty of rest. The meeting is tomorrow, Rias said. Sure thing, I will be waiting. Rainer is living with Azazel right now and they are coming together at the meeting, Issei said, reminding Rias of their new team member. Alright Issei, see you later, Rias said, heading to her next meeting as Issei left to go home. Little did she know he was going to go get one of his girls back. The next day, Issei told off Matsuda and Matahama. They were in the classroom when Issei finally snapped. You two are not my friends, Issei yelled at them. Everyone looked as one of the perverted trio was shouting about something not perverted. Whoa, chill out Issei, Matsuda said. No, I'm sick of how you two treat me. Ever since this year started, when you two wanted to go peep, you would drag me along just to ditch me so you wouldn't have to be hurt, Issei said. Issei decided to leave the room to relieve some of his stress. He went to the roof. Hey Albion, do you think we can save the world this time? Issei thought to the awakened dragon partner. Albion thought for a second. Yes Issei, I have faith in you. You have the support of the two heavenly dragons, Offai's the Ouroboros dragon, and Great Red. If Trihexa is a girl, hopefully if you offer to mate with you. Albion half-jokingly. That sounds like a good idea if she is up for it. I won't trust her immediately if that somehow does happen, Issei joked back. This got the two of them to laugh. Ddraig will be awake by the time of the fight, Albion said. Well, I think I will use you as a test. Of course we will go right into Balance Breaker and we reveal that, Issei said back. Sure thing Issei, Albion said as Issei laid his hands behind his head as he went to sleep. The three faction leaders were all sitting down in one of the classrooms. Rias brought Gasper with her since she knew that he would be used to encase the group here. She let it slip that he would be in the old club room since that was what was supposed to happen. So we are here to discuss the actions of Cockabeel, Surzich said. Actually no we aren't, Issei said, surprising everyone except Azazel for Issei's boldness to outspeak against a Mao. We are gathered here because I asked Azazel to have you all come so we can have peace. Volley, can you summon the group I asked you to gather? Issei asked. Volley grunted and made a white summoning circle behind him, and Issei did the same in red. Out of the white circle came Kuroka, Lefray, Biku, and Arthur Pentagon. This group made everyone tense, but not as tense as the people who came for Issei's circle. Out of his circle came Ravel Finex, Roswace, and the Allfather himself Odin. Both of the Askodins were wearing rings that were engraved with their name on them. Rosswace jumped on Issei. Oh Issei, I missed you so much. From now on we shall live together. Ooh, I can't wait, she said, making the girls who knew who she was raise an eyebrow. Issei simply shrugged at them as if saying he will explain it later. Thank you again Issei for inviting me. Shall we pass out the gifts? Odin asked. Issei nodded and started handing out rings to every person who didn't have one and gave one to Akino since she wasn't wearing her mom because she didn't want anyone else to know yet and that she didn't have hers yet. Alright, now that the rings are all passed out, I wish for us all to gather our hands together, Issei said. Everyone knew what Issei was doing was dangerous but trusted him anyways. Once everyone was connected, Issei let out all of his seals, unleashing 16 wings, 2 pairs of devil, dragon, angel and fallen wings. Soul fusion, and a bright light came around the room. Everyone in the room looked around at their surroundings. Issei, what happened? Surzech said as a boom came from the wall. What is the hell is that devil here? The intruder said. Issei smiled. Well, let us go outside, Leviathan, Issei shouted, throwing himself at her, sending the two of them out the wall. The girls all were concerned for Issei. Riaz turned to Rosswace. So what happened to her personality? Riaz asked Odin. Well, when Issei came by and restored our older souls, she might have encountered a slight personality change, Odin said, scratching his head. I am taking a guess that with her older soul and younger one combined, it proved to her that he loved her and she became trashed with love for him, Odin said, giving a light giggle. Meanwhile, outside with Issei and Kateria. So you wish to challenge me alone? You dare challenge a descendant of Amo'u? Kateria said, getting angrily. I wanted to test something that you will be the test subject for. Go balance break, Issei said without summoning his sacred gear, shocking everyone when they heard it. Issei donned the white and blue orbed armor with white wings, all while putting his other wings away. What, you are supposed to be the Red Dragon Emperor? What is this trickery? Kateria screamed, thinking what everyone else was thinking. Issei chuckled. That's right, so don't mind if I defeat you, Issei said, sending a punch right to her chest. Came from the armor. Kateria felt her power go away. Issei was surprised himself. Really? This is half of your power? Aha, you really are weak. Issei laughed as he quickly punched her a few more times, making her collapse. A laughter was heard into the background, one that scared everyone. It was the son of Lucifer. I knew Leviathan would fail, but to think that the vanishing dragon beat her was unexpected. Razim said. Albion, wake Ddraig, it is a code white red. We have to test it, Issei said. Albion said. Just do it. We are the only ones who can do it. I am still holder of the infinite and the dream. I will do this, Issei said. I'm up, partner. Let's do the impossible again, Ddraig said confidently. Of all of the dragons, I am the most powerful one, Issei said, starting his chant. The lover of many and the love of few. I am the infinite and the dream. I love the infinite and make the dream come true. I become the dragon on most high with both heavenlies. I will dominate and become supreme over those below me. I will crush those in my wake. Infinite dream, heavenly dragon overdrive, Ddraig and Albion said. Issei transformed into a pink dragon, likely caused by the combination of red and white. There was a lot of power from Issei. Issei grew out his power. Aha boy, good luck, your sacred gear can do nothing against my sacred gear canceller, Razim said. Issei kept calm. Yes, but that only applies to beings weaker to you, Issei said, grinning while creating a barrier preventing the son of Lucifer to run. Lucifer starts panicking. Why can't I teleport away? I can't die here, he shouted. Issei sent a white beam as Lucifer was trying to escape. Issei took the power that Razim had and boosted it up more and more. A cannon appeared from Issei's chest. Ready, boys? Issei asked. Ddraig and Albion said together. Longinus Smasher, Issei said, making the cannon fired, completely obliterating everything to the ground for a mile. Luckily, only the old schoolhouse was destroyed and Issei's team was far away. Once the light died down, Issei fell out of the sky unconscious and falling. There was nothing around him to stop his fall. All of the girls who loved Issei ran to him. Sagi, Vali, Biku, Michael, Arthur, Surzech, and Azazel stayed in the room, still shocked that Issei had Albion in his new dragon form. Issei, Rhea said, putting him on her lap. Can someone explain to me how I am a guy again? Tiba asked, getting the attention off all of the girls. Well, Issei-san is from the future and brought our souls back. Heija explained to everyone came over. Why is there a blank in my memory though? Michael asked. I remember Trihexa being unleashed and only dragons surviving. But I can't remember anything after that, Vali said. Albion appeared on Issei's back. Albion said. Ddraig appeared on Issei's arm. As me and Issei were near River Styx, Issei came up with the idea of picking up things where you all left off with your knowledge. While we were in God's room deciding a time to restore our save progress and insert our future cheats, so to speak, and we chose to save the fallen over there, Ddraig said, making everyone notice that Rainier was alive, something that was different from the time they were from. Can you guys stop staring at me? Rainier asked. Wait, why did Issei do all of this? Michael asked. Ddraig said. Everyone wondered what the new future had when a bright light came into the area. Nate, you forgot to close the portal, the figure said. The three factions were all stunned by who just appeared. Off-Eyes, the infinite dragon god, was standing before them with a bit of a physical change than before. She had a chest that rivaled Riaz's own chest and hips that rivaled Asia and a butt that rivaled Lefray. Hello again, fellow mates, Off-Eyes said. Riaz was the first to recover from the shock. Off-Eyes, is that you? Riaz asked. Off-Eyes simply nodded. Yes, and Red Chan should be here soon. Issei said in her monotone voice. How did you come from the future? Asia asked, feeling confident. Husband left the portal to the past open and I set it to when time had begun to change and jumped into here. Issei explained. Issei begun to stir. Morning, Issei said before stretching out. He looked across the room and he saw Issei and noticed that she was in her adult form and she grabbed out to hug him. Husband, Issei said happily, holding Issei tightly, letting his head to the crook of her neck. He could still feel her chest and was still happy. When he started to think, another blinding beam came into the room. That was mean, Issei. I asked you to wait for me, the voice said angelically and feminine. When the light stopped, a woman came out. She had red hair with blonde highlights, with a chest that looked like Akino's, hips that looked like Ravel's, legs that looked like Roswace's, and eyes were that of Rainier. Red-chan, I just got here, Issei said. You need to introduce yourself to your fellow mates. The new girl turned to the girls with a bright smile that was similar to that Irina's. Hello, my name is Anna, but you might know me by another name. My title as the Dragon God of Dreams is pretty well known, but I also get called Great Red, Anna said, making her chest bounce as she spoke with pride. I am Anna Hayata, one of the many wives of Issei. She took a breath. The leaders fainted when they heard that Great Red and Issei were both with Issei, especially with Issei regaining her power back. I also gave away Neo Durandal to a different dimension, Issei said, getting everyone to yell. What? Me and Durandal talked about it and it can't stay in this dimension, and the reason I just fainted was because of the Ddraig dragon meeting. I gave it to the last human in his dimension and Durandal agreed to go with him, Issei explained. I still have both escalons though, Issei said, summoning the swords in a dual-bladed sword. The swords were connected by the hilts. Think the Sith in the pre-sequel or the current episode 1 of Star Wars, the one with the red and black face paint. Well, I will return to heaven to start up the Brave Saint system, Michael said, and I will go let the devils know about the peace and Lucifer's son's demise, Surzech said, and we will take Issei to a nearby hotel. All of the girls said except Issei, and Anna screamed. Ahihi, Issei, there was something me and Issei didn't tell you when you left for heaven, Anna said, grabbing a stick from her pocket. It had 2 lines on it. We are expecting, Anna said happily as Issei showed a stick with the same thing. Issei fainted. After Issei recovered from the shock, the girls confronted him about Issei and Great Red. For the next week, no one outside of their group saw Issei. 9 months later, they all had a child with Issei and the house got bigger to make space for them all. Ria's son was named Ricardo. Asia's daughter was named Sarono. Kaniko's son was named Toby. Hiba decided to stay a male in this timeline, though he did wish he got in on this orgy. Ravel named her son Shiro. Rainer named her son Az. Akino named her daughter Shuri. Zenovia's twin daughters was named Mary and Gabrielle. Irina named her son Tauji after her dad. Roswise named her daughter Rosemary. Issei named her daughter Happy for the way he cheered everyone in the room. Lastly, Great Red named her son Natsu, for it was summer when she and Issei made love in the summer sun with Issei. Issei grew to an ungodly level, and after having the blessing of the biblical God, 4 original Satans and the head of the fallen, Issei had successfully united the world and with time unsealed Trihexa. 9 months later, she had a child to spoil over herself. Issei's children all grew up with love and support that they needed and were all strong enough to work alone but also willing to work together when one of them was too weak. Everyone lives happily in heaven, hell and earth. There is one thing that stayed true throughout the years. Issei never gave up on anyone, forever and always. Okay, sadly the chapter is over. And if you enjoyed, just leave a like and subscribe with post notification, so when the next chapter is ready, you will be notified. Okay, see you in the next video. Bye.